Today's video, we're doing a chatty get ready with me where we try on some of the most hyped products on YouTube and Instagram, and we decide if we think they're worth the hype. If that sounds like something that you're interested in, stick around. We're about to get right into it.
Yeah, I wonder what she hides under her disguise. Yeah. And all the girls around the world, they wanna be her. And all the dudes at tennis court like.
So hi, I'm Mona. Welcome if you're new, and thank you if you're coming back. I appreciate you spending some of your time with me today. This channel, we cover all things beauty and lifestyle for the woman over 50. And if that sounds like something that interests you, consider hitting that subscribe button and ringing the notification bell so that you know when I upload a new video. I'd love to have you. I generally upload a minimum of once a week, and I try to upload twice a week. I am a full-time RN who covers the whole country and our territories, Guam, Puerto Rico, and it keeps me pretty busy. YouTube is a love. The other thing about my channel is that you'll never find first impressions here. I don't do them. I test everything thoroughly. My channel would do a lot better if I would just rush out to get the latest release, come back and upload a video for you because you're dying to see it, but I just don't think that's fair to you. Sometimes I change my mind. Sometimes I might like it initially, but then I find that I never go back for it, or I hardly ever go back for it. I like to play with things for a little while. I don't mean months and months. I try to bring you newer, more relevant products, but I like to test them out for a few times first. And I hope that that helps you spend your beauty dollars a little more wisely. I don't just come on here to get views. I have an income besides YouTube. This is something that I do out of love for the YouTube community and my fellow mature beauty women in the community. And I want to help you spend your money better. So we really try things out here. These are things that, for the most part, that I've had a good while. There's a couple of them that are a little bit newer, but they're some of the hyped up products, and I thought that it would just be fun to see what we thought. And I'd like to know, while we're doing this, if this is a type of video that you like. With me only uploading once or twice a week, I have to make sure that the content that I do give you is worth your time. So let me know, what would you like to see more of? What would you like to see less of? I'm only going to do faves and fails like once a quarter. Maybe I'll do empties if you think that would be worth your time once a quarter. I just don't want to tie up when I'm only doing 1 or 2 videos a week to do something that's going to be a waste of your time. So some of the products that we're going to look at today are some of the hyped up brands like something that really hit the YouTube market, and that's Clinique's Black Honey. Have you guys heard of Black Honey? You know, the Black Honey products? We're going to be trying those today. I know my thoughts about them. We're going to see what you think. We're going to be looking at some Bite Beauty, L'Oreal Age Perfect 4-in-1 Tinted Balm, some YSL Touche Clot, Hollywood Flawless Filter, some other Charlotte Tilbury, and some different products. I think you'll enjoy it. So we're going to start. I have my skincare done. That would be a whole nother video. I have my coffee, so you go grab yours. And we're going to start with primer. So this is YSL's Touche Clot Primer. You can see I've used quite a bit of it. I do like it. It's silicone-y, thin, hydrating. It provides a really nice canvas, a barrier between your foundation and your skin to keep your foundation from sinking into fine lines and wrinkles. And it does do some blurring. And while I really enjoy it, this would be one that I think that you could get the same thing for a lot less. And if you're interested in some alternatives, drop me a note in the comments and I'll let you know. Once again, I do like it. I don't think you need to spend this much for a good primer. So this has been all over the internet. I'm sure that you've seen it. L'Oreal's Age Perfect line has always been one that I've enjoyed. This comes in a little pot like this. It's very affordable. You can get it at the drugstore. You can get it on Amazon. I have mine in the color 10 Light, and I should have went with Fair. I can tell you that usually I do wear light, but I find that the shades on this run a little bit dark. You can see that I've used a lot of it already. I really, really like it, and I can get away with the light. So you can use this with your fingers, a brush, or a sponge. I like using my fingers and then tapping it out with a sponge because I feel like the heat of my fingers just helps it sink in a little bit better and meld with my skin, and it gives me a more natural skin-like finish. But I've used it with a brush, I've used it with a sponge, and I think it looks nice no matter how you use it. It doesn't come in a lot of shades because it is kind of a skin-like finish, and so it really does blend with your skin, because even though this is darker than I'd usually pick, it works really well. If you have mature, lined, dry skin, or even normal or combo, I think this would work for you. I think it's very, very flattering. Just going to tap it out with a sponge just to make sure it's even. This to me is a winner. This is a beautiful foundation. I love it. I feel like I can get a light medium coverage. I can build it up a little bit more, probably to medium. I just don't prefer to. I don't think that's my most flattering look. I've tried a lot of foundations lately, and I've loved a lot of the foundation releases that have just came out, but I am really enjoying this one. So another thing that is hyped on the market is Charlotte Tilbury's Under Eye Color Corrector. And if you have dark circles like I do, then a color corrector really can be your best friend. I have this in the color Fair, and I do really, really like it. It is emollient, it's soft, it's creamy, no tugging required underneath your eyes, and it really does help to blur imperfections and to color those dark circles. However, you can get the Tarte CC color corrector, which is a little bit less money. I want to say probably about $10, and I think that you can get the same effect. I like the Indeed Nano Blur also, which is even more inexpensive, but it's not as emollient. So this is creamier, less tugging underneath your eyes. So I would say between this one and the Tarte. I also like the one by Sisley, but that's $100, and I don't think you need to pay that much. After that, I'm going to go in with a concealer. Now, I want to show you this one. This is the NYX Professional Makeup Bear With Me Concealer Serum. This has been all over the internet, TikTok as well. I have mine in the color Light. I really like the consistency of this. If you do not have dark under eye circles, this is a beautiful drugstore concealer. It flexes with your skin. It does not really emphasize lines and wrinkles. It brightens. And it's one of the best looking under eye concealers that I've used on mature skin. The only thing I will say is that if you have dark circles, this just isn't going to be enough coverage for you. If you don't suffer from dark circles underneath your eyes and you just want a little bit of smoothing out and coverage, this is really, really beautiful. It lasts all day. If I add just a little bit of powder, it does so well. But for me, I need a little bit heavier coverage. So this one is not as hyped up. I like Pat McGrath's Under Eye Concealer for heavy coverage, and I also like Patrick Starr's One Size for great coverage underneath my eyes. But for a medium coverage that really does both, covering the majority of my under eye circles and leaves me with this kind of finish, it is the Elizabeth Arden Flawless Finish. Now this one's not hyped up. but I think it should be. This is self-setting. It's the perfect middle combination. It may not cover everything, but it also does not sink into my fine lines and wrinkles. It gives me a lot of coverage without making me look older. Not as much coverage as some, but a better look underneath my mature eyes. Another hyped product is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder. I do consistently repeat buy this, and so we're just going to dust this underneath my eyes. Just a tiny bit on a dry sponge. I just want to set this. No matter what kind of under eye concealer I use on my mature eyes, I do find that it does better if I set it. Let's start testing out the Black Honey products, okay? This is the Black Honey Pop Blush by Clinique. It looks dark. It looks dark on the website for sure, but it is a beautiful, lovely color. I like the Clinique Cheek Pop blushes in general. This is my color story, and I really do think it looks pretty. There are dupes for this, so while it's beautiful and it's nice, unless you're catching a sale, I don't think you have to spend this much on a blush. Bronzer. We're going to use one on one side and one on the other. So my favorite bronzer, probably of all time, maybe second to the Rare Beauty bronzer stick. I really do like that formulation. But for me is the Contour Wand, the Hollywood Contour Wand by Charlotte Tilbury. I use these and use these and use these. I take the sponge off. It comes with one of those sponges that's messy. I just peel that right off and I put it onto my hand and I use a brush. It comes in two shades, like fair, medium, and I think medium dark. But they blend out so well. I'm going to put a little bit on my hand like this. And for these, I like to use my Artiste brushes, which are also kind of hype brushes. And I think that for some things they're overhyped, but I do like them for applying contour. So you can get a really exact line. And they blend out really easily. Then I can take my smaller Artiste brush. See how narrow this is? I can pick up a little bit of that same product. I have a very wide nose, thanks to my daddy. I don't want a drastic contour. I just want to create the illusion of a little bit more narrow nose. I've also had my nose broken, and so it's a little crooked, and this just helps that. I also put a little bit on my little chipmunk areas right here. So for me, this is my favorite bronzer. I do like it, and I know you can get more affordable ones, but I've never found one that I like quite this much. Now, they have the powder bronzer by Charlotte Tilbury. Mine hit hard pan. I don't know how. I know this is a lot of people's holy grail. I'm just gonna add this a little bit on top. I don't think this is worth the hype. It's okay, there's nothing wrong with it, but I can get the same look from the drugstore. Another Charlotte Tilbury product that's hyped up is the Hollywood Flawless Filter. You can take this as a primer all over your face. I find that if I do that, I look like I'm beaming from out of space, and it accentuates every pore, all my texture, and it's just not complimentary on my mature skin. I can mix it in with a very matte foundation, and I can get a little more luminosity and get the foundation to work for me, but I usually just tend to not buy those in the first place. I think that I can get this effect just as nice from Lumi Lotion, from the drugstore, and a lot of other products. To me, this is not worth the money. I know that's not going to be a popular opinion, and if you just truly love this, absolutely keep using it. I'm just sharing with you my honest opinion. It is a pretty highlighter. I like the Merit highlighter a little bit better. I just think for the price and for what I use it for, it's just not worth it. Alright, we're going to zoom in. I had done my brows off camera with the Precisely My Brow Pencil by Benefit. Benefit has some of the most hyped up brow products on the market, and I do like them. Fine point, really easy to use. I also like Patrick Starr's liner. I also like Huda Beauty's liner. I like Maybelline's. I have had some fails, and I'll tell you, one of them has been the Unbelievable Brow by L'Oreal. This has been awful. So it gives you this little wand, and you're supposed to kind of just be able to trace and fill in. It's messy. I don't like it. I wouldn't suggest it. I've tried it every way till Sunday. I just don't like it. Benefit, Anastasia, Fenty, Huda, Patrick Starr, all winners, and Maybelline. So the Black Honey Lipstick by Clinique. This has been sold out, viral. It went viral. This is what it looks like. I put it on and I thought, you've got to be kidding me. I can get this look from e.l.f. I can get this look from Milani. There's nothing wrong with it. It's pretty. It's definitely not worth the money, in my opinion. It's pretty, it's fine, but it's overhyped. Now, they did come out with the Best of Black Honey palette by Clinique, which is all fingerprinted up. I don't know why they make cartons like that. I'm going to put on another hyped product, and then we're going to use that. This is the Eye Primer by Anastasia Beverly Hills. What I like about this is that it's very opaque. It covers up any veining. And I do think this is worth the hype, especially because you can get the mini size for $13. That's not that expensive, and that can last you at least a year, if not longer, for $13. And if you have veining, or you really just want that really, really opaque base, you can get it with this. For some pretty eye looks where your eyeshadows just pop. There are others that I like too. This is not the only one. I like the matte paint pot in Painterly. But this is, to me, this is worth my $13. So I'm going to go in with this palette. Now these are repeat palettes. Clinique makes these little duos, right? And I have a lot of those. I actually like this formula. I like the Clinique duos. If you don't, you won't like this. But they put them all into one curated palette. And these are neutrals. They have that white base coat that I like. They have a beautiful shimmer. I love this pink. These tend to go rosy. And I think this is a beautiful palette, and I definitely don't regret purchasing it. I'm going to take the classic crease brush by Sonia G, another hyped up product, which I do like, but I think my BK Beauty brushes work just as well. I really like Tarte's brushes, and I also like Real Techniques brushes. So I'm going to go into the crease. I'm just going to create a simple look today. I'm going to go into the crease with this color here. And you have the colors on the back. So you have Jute Brown. You have the light shade from the Strawberry Fudge Duo. You have the dark shade from the Strawberry Fudge Duo. You have the dark shade from the Day Into Date Duo. You have Sahara Sun. You have Chocolate Covered Cherry. You have the dark shade from the Ivory Bisque Bronze Satin Duo. You have the lightest shade from the Teddy Bear Quad. So they do tell you that these are repeat products. They're not trying to keep that from you. But take that white shade and I just set the ABH eye primer. And then I'm going to go into my crease with the dark shade from the Strawberry Fudge Duo palette.
It's a syndicate at night, blasting playpen in the daytime. Goosebumps rise at 9 and settle back down at sunrise. Cut the cord at noon and say you'll be back soon. Tut-tut, no worries.
Okay, I do think that this is a beautiful, beautiful palette. The Black Honey lipstick is pretty. I just don't think that it's worth the price. I think that you could easily dupe this. The blush is beautiful. I also think that you can find a similar color for a lot less. The eyeshadow palette, I love the color combination. I think, this was just a quick look because this is a long video, but I've been using this one a lot. It's my color story. If you love a plummy look, I think that this offers you a pretty good variety, and I think that the colors blend well and they're beautiful. And they're very beginner friendly. If you're not really good at eyeshadow, you can take 2 colors, one of the duos in there, or you could play around with multiple ones. I think they're very pretty colors, and I think they're a very nice formula for mature eyes. This is the color Rich Hazel. I'm going to use the liner, the kohl liner from Wayne Goss. This seems to be a hit with most people. There's a few people that I've seen that don't like them. I really like them. I find them creamy. I've heard somebody say that they're dry. Maybe they got a bad batch. Mine go on real easy. I can put them on with one hand. They're easy to blend. I really like these. I have all of them. I use them a lot. This one's working its way down. I've tried a lot of drugstore eyeliners, and I can find some that are okay, but I don't have one from the drugstore that I absolutely love. If you have an eyeliner from the drugstore that you absolutely love, I'd like to hear about that. I'm sure there is one, but I haven't found one that I like quite as much as my pricier ones. I think these are beautiful. Okay, Now, another one that I think is a star of the show. This is the new Bite Beauty Mascara. Now, I've tried the Colossal Bounce and Curl one by Maybelline. I tend to like Maybelline mascaras. I like their new Green Edition one. I'm still loving the Calorie one, tubing mascara. Still loving those. But this, by Bite Beauty, this is a full volume mascara called Upswing, and I have mine in the color Solid Black. And ladies, I'm in love with this mascara. So look at this. I like this one better than my Dark Star by Pat McGrath, which was my favorite high-end mascara. And you can get a really good mascara from the drugstore, but I don't think that the Maybelline Bounce and Curl is it for me. It smudges. I don't like it. I don't find that it gives me very much volume. I've tried a couple lately of the new releases, and I haven't been impressed. Watch the difference. This is one good coat. These look like falsies. These look like I have lashes on. There is no doubt this is super volume. And you can see that maybe there's a little clumping right here. That is not the fault of this mascara. I've been using this mascara. Yesterday, we had to go say goodbye to someone in my family that I love a lot. They're getting put on hospice. Most probably will not be here for more than a week. And so I wanted waterproof mascara. So yesterday I put on Wayne Goss's waterproof mascara. And when I washed my makeup off last night, it didn't completely come off. So that's why you see that right there, because there was already kind of a clump of that waterproof mascara. This mascara is holy wow. And on the everyday, I don't have problems with clumping. I just get this massive false lash effect without false lashes. And if you've been watching my channel for any length of time, you know I really don't like lashes. So I'm just not good at them. So I can get that same look from this mascara. Oh my gosh. And I can use it at the bottom too. You've got to try this if you like big, voluminous lashes. This is amazing. They have staying power. They come in a lot of pretty colors. I do like the formula. I don't know if they're worth the price. And then we have Fenty Beauty's lip balms. I know that they have the Lifter Gloss by Revlon, so you can get a similar look for less. But I do love the Fenty. And they're not hyped without reason. So let me know how you enjoyed this kind of video. We're going to be doing a faves and fails at the end of this month because I have a lot of them that I want to kind of round up and talk to you about what I'm still using that I've showed you over the last 3 months and what I'm not using as much. I will tell you that I am still loving the M Cosmetics collection beyond a doubt. Beyond a doubt, I am still using the Joico K-Pack. What I'm not using is the K18, my Medic, that $78 hair formula. I just decided that even though the results were good, that it was just too high for the price. If there's any other follow-ups that you'd like to hear about, what I'm still wearing, what I'm not, let me know, ask in the comments. Thank you for being here. Go out and live like Mel.
She lives a double life, puts on a show. What's under this shadow smile, we'll never know. She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining